Good morning, Kentuckiana. It is 9 o'clock on your Saturday morning. Thank you so much for waking up with us. I'm Gabriel Gonzalez. Just into the newsroom this morning, a woman is missing in Rockcastle County, Kentucky, which is about an hour south of Lexington. KSP has issued an Ashanti alert, which is like an Amber Alert for adults, for 33-year-old Megan Cromer. Authorities say she went missing just before 6 o'clock this morning. Cromer is described as 5'7", 230 pounds with brown hair and blue eyes. Police say she may be traveling in a black 2016 Nissan Altima. If you see her, you're asked to call 911 with any information. Well, let's get you some weather this morning. Reed and John are back after a much-needed weekend off, and this morning they're at a crawfish boil. Good morning, Reed and John. How are y'all out there?
Hey, it is great. Very pleasant morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 9 o'clock hour. It's good to have you with us. We are on the road in Middletown. Of course, we're powered by Thornton's. And Middletown, when you say Middletown, can only be one thing. We're at Lulu in Middletown. Good morning, Miles.
Absolutely. We're happy to have you here, Reed.
Now, this is in the shopping center, the same, just a little bit east of the Kroger store, if you're familiar with that location. That's where we are. This is where the crawfish boil is going today. More details on that. Let's dive into some weather. If you slept in, let's give you an idea of what's going to be happening today. It's going to be plenty, I call it hot, but it's not going to be, the misery factor is going to be a little bit less. There's our live view now from the Bachmann Group, U of L Health HD camera network. 75 degrees in the city as you look across the river. Not a bad morning starting out this morning, but, and there's always that little extra thrown in. Let's go down and take a look at the dew points. Dew points already in the 70s. Going to go higher. We're a little bit lower in Louisville, a little more comfortable here too. It's not bad. We got a little breeze. Temperatures right now in the 75-degree range, but dew points will be coming up today. I think they'll be a little bit lower than they have been, and temperatures are not going to be in the mid-90s, but still, I mean, 90 degrees is hot. We're going to be around 90 degrees both today and tomorrow, and we'll have the late afternoon, evening showers and storms scattered about. But it's going to be hit and miss, as it has been, and they come in the very late afternoon, getting into the evening hours. That's what's in store for the weekend. If you've never been to a crawfish boil,
yep,
this is your time to come.
This is your chance, perfect chance to come.
And it presents and it benefits a very neat group too in Portland.
Yeah, close friends of ours, Sean and Inga, and their charity Love City. They've been around for 10 years now.
They're doing a lot of good work down in the Portland area. $30 a person. That's all you can eat. $30 a head, all you can eat. You got the traditional crawfish boil with the potatoes.
Yep, so you can see, I'm sure you can see behind us, they're setting up the big pots. This is a small one we have going this morning.
There's one of the stars of the show.
Yep.
But you got the potatoes and the corn in there. You dump it out on the table over here, and you come and help yourself.
Yep, you come grab a plate, you load it up, you go eat it, come back, load it up again. We just got the crawfish delivered this morning.
They're in that white plastic container you see down there.
Yep, there's 1,000 pounds of live crawfish. We'll go look at them in a minute. They're all crawling around in there.
Half a ton of crawfish imported from Louisiana. That's what you got coming up today if you come out to Lulu. So we invite you out. We'll see you again in about 15 minutes, and we'll dive into the 7-day forecast. Is there any relief coming from the humidity? I'll answer that question for you in about 15 minutes. Miles says, I hope so. We'll see you then. Gabe?
All right, thank you, Reed. Now to an update in Friday's deadly crash on the 2nd Street Bridge that closed it down for hours. The Jefferson County coroner has identified 38-year-old Braden Patrick Cundiff as the victim of that crash. Police say Cundiff was riding a motorcycle when he hit a car on the bridge. It happened around 7 o'clock last night. The driver of the car was taken to Clark Memorial Hospital in Jeffersonville, where he is expected to survive. The Clark Memorial Bridge was shut down for hours following the crash, but it did reopen last night at 11 o'clock. And to our top story, the trial of Brooks Houck and Joseph Lawson. Heading into the first weekend of the trial, jurors on the case of Crystal Rogers' murder have a lot to consider. Witnesses took the stand Friday, filling in the gaps through phone records and observations from 2015 that stood out. WHAS 11's Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Aspen Hester take us there.
Moving into the weekend, jurors are left with a lot to think about. Cell phone data pinpointing Brooks Houck's phone on July 3rd and witnesses detailing exactly what they saw the week Crystal Rogers went missing. In a written statement to police, Houck listed the places he visited and the people he spoke to, never naming a daytime visit to his family farm. But Louisville Metro Police Department's digital forensic detective Tim O'Daniel says Google records show his phone was seen at the farm at 9:30 in the morning until 4 p.m. Data shows his phone at a lumber store for 20 minutes beginning at 4:22 and then at his home on Glenview Drive until 7:05 p.m. Then his cell phone is located once again at the Houck family farm at 7:25 p.m., where prosecutors believe Rogers never returned. Jurors then heard an emotional testimony from a Glenview Drive neighbor where Houck and Rogers lived. The week Rogers was reported missing, Mary Mattingly, also a friend of Rogers, observing odd behavior from Houck family members. Mattingly, who says she lived right across the street in 2015, says she saw Nick Houck and Rosemary Houck almost every day at the Houck residence the week of Rogers' disappearance. She says Rosemary was never there before then. On one occasion, Mattingly observing Nick and Rosemary entering Brooks' house and coming back outside to repark their cars with the trunks facing the basement. Then she sees Nick grabbing 4 white bags, but not like trash bags, and putting them inside of Rosemary's trunk. Rosemary also spotted by Mattingly digging up purple flowers from the home's front yard. Purple flowers, she says, that Rogers planted. Monday will bring a fresh set of witnesses and their stories. What happened that night on July 3rd? In Bowling Green, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS 11 on your side.
And WHAS 11 legal analyst Nick Mudd has previously said the cell phone data could be the key detail for the prosecution. On our 5:30 newscast yesterday, Mudd pointed to an interview with Houck and Detective John Snow back in 2015.
John Snow may end up being the star here, and I'll tell you why. He locked Brooks Houck into his statement shortly after the disappearance of Crystal. He locked him into a written statement, and he questioned him extensively for over an hour. And so, you know, it wasn't like Brooks Houck had the benefit of going back and being able to look and say, well, I'm going to answer it this way. No.
All right.
Snow targeted in on him.
The jury will return to court in Warren County Monday morning at 8:30. As a reminder, you can watch more in-depth coverage of the trial every night at 9 o'clock on the WHAS 11 Plus app. You can download that and on your smart TV, and you can watch for free. A 19-year-old is in jail after a double shooting killed a man in May. Metro Police arrested 19-year-old Brendan Spencer. He is charged with murder, assault, and wanton endangerment. 2 people were found shot on University Boulevard back on May 4th. A man died at the hospital while the woman survived. The county coroner identified the man as 32-year-old Bradley May. Everyone involved in that incident is accounted for. A 17-year-old boy has been arrested and charged with 2 counts of assault in connection to a shooting that happened last Sunday. LMPD responded to that shooting in the 2000 block of Bartholomew Drive. On a report of that double shooting, officers found a 15-year-old with a gunshot wound to her arm and a 17-year-old with a graze to the abdomen. Both were taken to Norton Children's Hospital and are expected to survive. LMPD says they were shot from a moving vehicle that left the scene.